We live. We're live now. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I am glistening. We glistening. It's hot.
It's hot.
Oh, Philadelphia. It's supposed to be this way, but
Yeah.
whew, I don't usually sweat from my forehead. I be sweaty, but my forehead don't be sweaty. And my toes don't be sweaty. May I have some of your Sprite, please, sir? Happy Friday, LaDonna. Hey, darling. That was a little backwash in there, so it's all
You
right.
asked for it.
It bubbled up. Some tequila. I don't know what we're celebrating, but it's hot.
Friday.
It's Friday. How was your week?
Interesting. Interesting.
You had an interesting week.
All at work. Nobody wants to do what they're supposed to do. And then they had to have a special meeting with just me. And they thought I was gonna be regular me and be in there and be all confrontational and
You say I'm not gonna do
do everybody thinks I'm gonna do. And I really wasn't. And they were surprised at all the stuff they had prepared to come at me with.
You shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah, before they could do it. It's like, oh, okay. That's what we're doing now? No problem.
Oh.
So, well, you don't think, no, I don't have an opinion. No, that's what we're doing. Well, how about if we change your schedule? Whatever you want. I don't care.
Whatever you need to do.
Yeah. And then it was like,
You're sounding good.
huh?
You're sounding good. I just listened to the thing.
Good.
You're sweating.
Yeah, I know. It's hot. Oh, my
It's
God.
bad on you.
No, it's not. I don't feel neither.
Oh, okay,
right
I didn't
now.
know if you felt anything. I was feeling it.
That's a
All
little
right,
better.
you look like you was going to kill over.
I feel
He's
like
like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's hot.
My week, I opened my show for the Fringe. We have Philly Fringe.
I thought you said for my friends at first. Just my friends.
Just my friends. And guess what? I have none except for LaDonna, and I couldn't open for her because she lives so far away. But that was good. I'm glad it opened up. We have 2 more shows on Sunday. Come out, check it out, find where it is. I did my best. So what do we talk about this week?
I don't know.
But it did. I did not send it to you. But it did really feel good being back on stage. I do miss being in the arts. I do miss being on stage. I do miss it's just a lively world to be in, and it makes me happy. It makes me smile. It makes me just very joyful. All right, let me send you this stuff. We're gonna start off. I'll just start off with Aries Spears. Aries Spears was in the news or is in the news
I thought he was
still.
canceled.
I think he was. I think he's not canceled anymore. I think when they cancel, sometimes you can just open it. It's like the church to see people open that door and see people. Canceling people doesn't work. It was a little nice hot fad for a while. People, what Cameron say? Cameron may say you can't cancel somebody who's already canceled.
Who canceled themselves? I canceled myself.
Well,
I stopped rapping on my own.
So he did a joke about how Indians don't like to be called black and how darker, like they're darker than us for the most part. And it was just a joke. He was on stage. So he started getting been started. I'm about to start country again.
He been started getting.
That's all right. That's the proper English because it feels good. It sounds good. And it feel good.
Okay.
It make me feel good when I say it like that. It doesn't sound
Makes me
pretentious.
feel good.
But yeah, he's been getting hate DMs and stuff from a lot of Indian people who are like calling him niggas and monkeys and all kinds of racist stuff.
So all that means is that they agree with him. They don't like being called black.
Right?
All that does was it makes his joke a little funnier because it puts truth behind the
It's like, look, they don't. It's just very, very racist. Just talking about racism. because it's just there. It's not going away, and it's so hilarious at some point. Sometimes it's sad. Um,
No, most of the time it's sad.
yeah, a lot of times it's sad, but you got to find humor in it because why not? The a reality star Erica Mena, she had a baby by Safari who went with Nicki Minaj. There we go. She was caught on the show. They aired it, which somebody means somebody saw this first when they edited it. They didn't have to edit it. That's a really weird word. Sometimes I mess up spelling it because I want to put two T's because if you
It
have one
sounds
edit,
like
it's edited. Edit. All right. Um, she called Spice. She's a reggaeton or Afrobeats kind of. I think she's Jamaican or Trinidadian star. She called her a blue monkey. Spice is a dark skinned woman, and she has blue hair. Erica Mena is a Latino woman. Um, I call them light skinned. Sometimes they don't want to be black. They don't want to be white. I mean, they want to be white. They don't want to be black. Latino is not a race, but for some reason there's a thing called Afro Latinos. If I that's a whole another subject. So she calls her Blue Monkey, and they kicked her off of the show for a season. Um, just talking about the racism, people. Oh, what do you think about that? And then I'll put my words on what I have to say about racism.
she got kicked off the show for calling the other lady. Is the other lady on the show or?
Because monkey is a racist term, and Latinos, dark ones and light ones, can be very. It's hard to say racist because they're not another race. Colorist, but the tonation that they're not black in ways. You can't call people mulattoes anymore, but that's what it is. It's the short term of it's mulatto. But hey, that's not politically correct. But I said it. You know where it took you straight to who I'm talking about. What it is, but that's what it is.
You get allegedly up there.
No, that's not allegedly.
I know
that's truthful, and I lost someone because I don't call it. I'm just saying it's an easier way of saying it. It's like a synonym.
Whole light-skinned audience,
it's a synonym.
She said it's some sentiment.
But yeah, with racism, black people, you're black. How can you get angry with somebody who's not black? For real, if people who have other tones of black or no tone of black at all care to say something very ignorant or stupid,
why do you care what anybody
who cares? But yeah, nobody cares what anybody say. But for real, how are you going to make me upset? I'm a black woman. Come on, let that stuff go because it's jealousy, man. It may not be. It may not be. I don't know what it is. Jealousy. I'll say that, and ignorance. But don't get angry. It's just is what it is. Let those people be who they're going to be because you're black. Be grateful.
Yeah.
Like for real. So yes, we know Indians in the whole world. It's not even just them. It's people from the Caribbean. It's people from Africa. It's people from everywhere who don't want to be considered to be black like us. They don't like us, but a lot of times they've been filled a lot of propaganda. A lot of times they choose not to. A lot of times they get to come to this country and get to be called themselves white and pick white as their status because that's what they're encouraged to do. So they don't make this population look like it's larger. So just it's like arguing with a child. Why would you let a child make you angry? They're a kid. They're nothing. There's something, but not they like a half of something. So how can you get angry with a child? Just whatever. Go ahead, little person. So yeah, it's messed up. It's not right.
Said beat the kids.
And I'm not saying you don't punch somebody in the mouth. I'm not saying you do either. Just however you feel that day. But for the most part, it ain't that deep. You black. So what else we talking about? Oh, so I was talking to you about the strike. The writer's strike. And I was listening to someone talk about the writer's strike. He's a writer, a comedian. I forget what his name is. Darn it. I wanted to shout his name out. His name out or him out. Whatever. He was saying that in Hollywood and all over, well, Hollywood is not just in Hollywood, California. We'll just use Hollywood as far as a film industry. How they're on strike, but for the most part, they're not giving Black people these jobs anyway. So, or the opportunities to get these jobs anyway. So he was like, I really don't care about this strike because when it's over, it's not as if we're gonna get these jobs or we're gonna have some kind of brotherhood or fellowship then. And I was like, that's so true. So what if Black people at this time um decided to, and when I say Black people, that's anybody, I call all brown people Black people, get over it or not, um decided to just go into Hollywood, go past, be scabs or whatever that's what it's called, and just go get those jobs and make sure their contract looks as well as like, hey, you have to employ me for the next 7 to 12 years on or whatever with a certain amount of pay, whatever, however you need to put it,
and make sure you get the money for the streaming that they're not getting now, put it in your new contract. Like, I'm telling you from the gate, I want it.
But get those jobs, because I was like, that's a good way to look at it, because truthfully, when it is over, you're not going to get those jobs anyway. They got their select few that they want to pick and choose who's going to be a part of that system. But since they're not in that system, it's no solidarity anyway. You don't know those people, go get that job. Especially even with actors, it's like you're not gonna get a lot of those jobs anyway.
As a union employee,
it's messed up, but
if I pick it and you cross my line, we gonna have
you gonna stab somebody, aren't you?
We gonna have a motherfucker.
I understand that as well, because I do agree with that. But when you're working within a system that is not for you, then you got to start looking at the system and how it can work for you.
For us.
So you make it work for yourself. You do a GameStop kind of thing. You do one of those kind of. I know how y'all do this thing, so now I'm gonna change the stock and make it work for us. So make it work for y'all. Actors, get these jobs. They need people to act. Right, and then to be able to get enough, but have a goal where it's like a means to an end, where you're going to make a certain amount of money or make certain connections where you'll be able to go and help Tyler Perry with the studio, or have your own building, or create your own studio. I can't think of his name from Sister the Dead. He has Tim Reed. He has a studio. I mean, like, there's so many things you can do with the money that you acquire, and also your name being put out there, and then the fame the fame of it. Like, use the system. Why not? They don't care about you. You're not gonna get that job afterwards anyway. Like, for real. That was very, very. I was like, profound, young, medium age man, comedian. I wish I knew your name. So yeah, what do you think about that? I know you said.
That's exactly how I felt. I think it's a good idea, but if it was my picket line, we won't have a problem crossing.
You want to stab me?
Well, I didn't say that.
That's what I heard in my ear.
Oh, okay.
Chrisean Rock had her baby. Yeah, with the little boy Blueface.
Little boy Blueface gonna blow
I know. I just heard it when I said it. Saw a clip of his mother saying, "Hey, she's a Dorsey like us. Y'all actually cousins, possibly, lady, but also." All the Smiths in the world aren't cousins. They came from the same plantation, but they're not cousins. All the Joneses, the Smiths, the Johnsons, what's another one that's kind of common? I don't know. All the common ones, they're not all cousins. Now, if you get something like mine, my last name is Colbert or Colbert. If you're white, you came from the side that owned us. If you Black, we probably are a family, because it's a very rare. It's a made up last name.
Oh, they only had a couple. They only had a couple slaves.
So they had a lot of them.
But then y'all wasn't all related either. Then y'all just got the name too.
You're correct. Interesting. Smart guy here. But yeah, but the small, you know what I mean, people.
Yeah, because I'm a Jones. You just want to tell me I ain't related to all other Joneses. You can't be
You're
related to
not
all
related
other
to all the Joneses.
I never said I wasn't.
You know what? Every time I meet a Jones, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Anthony, I met your cousin. I gave him your phone number because you're related to everybody."
I don't answer my phone anyway, so that's.
I'll text them. That's your cousin. So a woman on TikTok, a young lady on TikTok, TikTok. She made a TikTok saying that women of a certain age should be ashamed if they come out the house and go to an event. This is a lot of words. Come out the house and go to an event without makeup on. I'll leave that with you to have a conversation, and then I'll say my piece.
If you're comfortable with your face and you want to walk out your house with no makeup, I applaud you and way to go.
Well, yeah, my thing is,
if you want to wear makeup and you think you should, put it on. There you go. Now, if you don't think you should walk out your house without makeup, I kind of got a problem with you because, like, you're crazy and you don't like yourself. And you know what? That's not my problem. That's your problem, and I just don't want to deal with it. So those people, I kind of stay away from. Oh, I got to put my face on people? Like, no, like, stop. Just be. Your face is on. You embrace it. Everybody else will too.
Yeah, like, why don't you like your face? Like, do you wake up in the morning when you look in the mirror? If you look in the mirror, I'm someone who didn't look in the mirror. I just was like, somebody, and it wasn't like because I didn't like my face or did like my face. I just didn't look in the mirror because it steals your soul. No, that would be really crazy if I thought that. Or do I? But you have to look at yourself at some point, and do you look at yourself and be like, ick? Ooh, I need to cover this up. I need to cover that up. Or you like, hey, look at you.
I'm starting to believe all these young black ladies in their early to mid 20s are all about to start committing a lot of crimes because they all walk around with the same exact face.
They do, and then if they take their face off, they look like totally different people. So that's so smart, like, young girls.
They all look like they blend. They just blend right in. They all look exactly like. She had long lashes, and good curly baby hair.
Either the ponytail going up like this or come down, the nose contoured like this, and some kind of skinnier face, and something that make them look like they brighter or like a lighter.
Grab 6 of them and throw them in a lineup, and they could. You'd be like, I think it was any of them, man. They all guilty.
But the thing is, well, I'm a woman who I don't wear makeup. First of all, it's heavy. I think I talked about this before. It's heavy. It makes me itch. And I get nice. There's some people like, oh, you have to get really good makeup. I've been and gotten good makeup. It still feel funny. It's like a layer of dirt on your face. And it's hot. And I'm the type of person where I'll go like this and I'll look and like, I have makeup on. So no, I don't wear makeup. I may put a little lip on. I may put a little mascara on every once in a while. Usually when I put mascara on, I end up poking myself in the eye. So I'm just not good at these things. But the idea of you not liking your face, or you don't think that you can leave the house without putting another face on. Like if you hear yourself say that, like I have to put my face on. Like what face are you wearing without that face on? And then what face are you wearing when you put that face on? Like just listen to yourself. Oh yeah. And sometimes 3 face, depending on the holiday. Like you gotta listen to yourself when you say those things to yourself. I gotta put my face on, or when you say those things to other people, because boy, I know I'm not the only person that can read people, because people be telling on themselves how insecure they are very easily with just one little like couple of sentences or conversation. And in my mind, because I'm from North Philly, and it's not saying that people from North Philly do it. It's not a fight thing. It's like, yo, they dumb. I can get them. And it's like I don't want to steal, because I don't steal. I don't steal at all. But the inside part of me says, "Oh, I see their weakness."
That this is a victim.
Yeah, it is. You show that you're a victim, and like, "Oh, I see their weakness." Wow, I could, and I'm like, "Nah, no." We don't do things like that. And then I bring myself back to my divine self. But it's so easy to hear people say, if you say I gotta put my face on, I'm like, oh, I can break your spirit because you don't like yourself. Don't give nobody that power.
But that's the same way men prey on women too. It's like, oh,
I'm a man. I'm a man.
I can see your insecurities. I could use them to my advantage.
Is that why a lot of men wouldn't talk to me because they knew I would punch them in their throat? No, I don't. I don't hit men at all. I don't hit people at all because I'm an old lady.
Old lady.
I said a lady, but I am an old lady. I'm getting there. I like it. But yeah, ladies, love your face. And a lot of times men don't like a lot of that makeup because it get on their clothes. You can't get a lot of makeup on clothes. And they're not all into that shouting out stuff and all that. And then the other thing is nobody wants to wake up to another person the next day, especially if it's somebody that you're not really attracted to. Now, if you wake up to another person that you could possibly attract to, it's still a little scary. But then you're like, all right. But if it's somebody that you like, no, you graped me. Is that how they say it? You graped me. I think you should go to jail. But go ahead.
But the same way, why some women will be like, I don't understand why more men try to talk to me when I don't got makeup on. And I look better with makeup. That's your
weird,
opinion.
Though.
And one, that's your opinion of yourself. And two, if a man looks and sees you without makeup and says, "Oh, I like her face like that," it ain't got to be the prettiest face. But like, I like her face like that. I can deal with her face like that.
I can deal with her face like that.
Then, if you put on makeup later, then he's like, "Oh, that's fine. She's not going to scare me in the morning."
Yeah, because that was scary. Like if I woke up next to a man when he had hair, and then when I woke up he didn't have any hair, I would have to resort to violence because you don't know people. You don't know people walk into your room. The other man could be under the bed dead or something, or graped. And somebody could have climbed to the bed next to me, the one that don't have hair. And so I can imagine if you go to sleep with a woman and then when you went to sleep with her, she was light skinned. When she wake up, she dark skinned with chubby cheeks, cross eyed, a scar. Like, because they be changing their whole complexion and color.
Like, how about
their noses, their cheeks, their face, like scars, blemishes.
But then when they lift their head up off the pillow, like, oh, that you see the other half, you're like, oh.
And then you gotta throw your pillowcase away. Because how do you get makeup off? Is it alcohol? Anyway. Y'all nasty. Y'all don't be throwing the pillowcases away. And just keep it there until the next person comes. You be like, oh no, that's a design. That is so disgusting. It's so disgusting.
Look it over to the other side.
So disgusting. What are we talking about next? Your phone stay on longer than mine because you have an Android, which is better. Did I say? Oh, I didn't bring it up.
What?
Yes, we did. We talked about that. But yeah, ladies, love yourself and all that other good stuff. People going to jail. Hyde.
Oh yeah, from that 70s show?
From that 70s show. Have you ever watched that 70s show? It was a pretty good show. I like Hyde. I like the foreign guy. Fez.
You know that wasn't his name? Fez was short for foreign exchange student.
What? That wasn't even his name. That's hilarious.
I found that out recently, and I was like, oh.
That's hilarious, Fez. It was a good show. I could watch that show. He got locked up. Tell the people.
Oh yeah, hi. They said he raped 2 people.
He graped them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say that on YouTube people.
Yeah, he raped 2 people. I can't say
it's
that.
It's just dumb, right? Isn't it dumb? Why can't you say certain things?
If it happened. And this ain't even allegedly. He's going to jail for it.
He's going
30
to jail
to life.
So it has to be a different kind of graping. See, this is when you say stuff like that, make it funny. And you shouldn't laugh at grapes. See? It makes me look like a bad person, but I'm not a bad person. But when you say stuff like grapes for something that is a different word, it's dumb. But 30 years, he must have did some other stuff. Like it had to be. Can you say sodomy? I guess you can say because maybe that's in the Bible, sodomy or sodomor.
Just because in the Bible don't mean you can say it on
Sodoma,
YouTube. No,
sodomor. I'm trying to get the word right. It's
Sodom.
Because it's like, yo, Sodoma.
I think I went to school with.
You can go, if somebody named their child Sodoma.
I know a girl named Coquina.
You know somebody named Coquina?
I thought she was lying. And I said, you got to show me
ID. Is she black or Hispanic?
Black.
Oh, they must have loved their drugs. But hey, cocaine, for one, is
a hell
really
of a
good.
drug.
It's really good if you're in the mountains. The coca leaf.
I ain't never been in the mountains.
But so it's not a bad thing. You can find good in everything. So she's good for people in the mountains.
The curmudgeons.
What were we saying about the curmudgeons?
No, you called me one, and I'm like, hey, don't.
I'm not
a blue person. And then we realized, like, oh, maybe that's why people call people curmudgeons because blue, and they're always angry or sad. That's why you would use that for somebody, and then, but they're really blue.
Yeah, the blue people in Kentucky.
Or the Appalachian,
Appalachian people.
Yeah.
They look like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory people. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka people.
Yeah.
So black man who was with the Trump people. Now listen here. I love 45. No, I don't. I love everybody. Or whatever.
No, I don't.
And I would love to see him as the president again. It will make my day. It will make my 4 years. He won't make 4 years, but it will make. Oh, Biden did, and they'll be like how him and Mitch McConnell. They can die, and then they'll keep him alive. CGI them or get a robot or something.
I told you the music stopped playing.
I know, and then Biden.
Mitch McConnell is Weekend at Bernie's.
No,
when
Mitch
the music stopped playing,
the toy or something. You say,
oh yeah, he got one of them old ass keys in his back.
Yeah. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Curmudgeon.
Oh,
blue people.
No, we passed that.
Mitch McConnell.
You was talking about Trump.
Oh, the black guy from January 6th. You know a little bit more about this than I do. He aided in the January 6th.
I don't know exactly what he did. I know he got indicted with everybody else. Everybody else got a bail set. And he did not.
He did not. That's right. That was the guy who did not. So he was one of the people who was marching with the Proud Boys. I don't think he's black. He's Latino, but he looked black.
I seen an ex-Aryan guy on YouTube. I'm sorry.
Oh, interrupt.
But he was saying when those Proud Boys get to real jail, because they had a lot of interracial stuff with theirs, he said they call them play Nazis. And he said them.
Oh, they're going to real Nazis.
He said they
say Nazi or
I don't know. Oh, probably something dumb like that. I gotta call them Yahtzee or something.
Yahtzees.
The Yahtzees. The Yahtzees are gonna grape them.
They're gonna grape the mess out of them. Well,
or just kill them
and
for the
it's not like the Muslims gonna take the black man.
It's like
he's gonna die.
Nobody's gonna want it. Yeah.
He gonna be down because it's not like it's a Christian gang.
They just got a whole down till Trump get there. Trump will start a whole new gang.
That would be so dope. If so he become the president. He go to jail. He don't go with the Proud Boys. He go with the Muslims.
He gonna be with the
and they'll be in the whole new world order because he gonna help. He gonna do a bridge kind of thing, and he gonna be the new.
Farrakhan and Trump.
Paul, something, whatever.
It's gonna be Trump and his vice president gonna be Farrakhan.
No, he gonna be like, no, I'll be vice
Shoot
president.
me if you want me to.
Yeah.
Impeach me if you want to. Farrakhan behind me. Y'all gonna make Farrakhan president.
If he got the Nation of Islam and you see Trump go like this, and then go like this, and then all the black people stop and turn like that, oh, that would be crazy. It'll be disgusting, but it'll be crazy.
I don't
like that part. I don't like that part. I said when I said it,
I don't like it.
I thought it out and I heard myself and I said, I don't like that. I don't like it. We can't be following that man like that. Yeah. But so the black man who didn't get bail is now going to get 22 years. Then aren't we supposed to shoot people who go against the government? Why are we not shooting people? Or hanging or poison?
They're not trying them with treason, although they should.
It's treason. And I mean, like,
and I mean, if we was offing them, like on some shit, like people
nobody
really
ever
would
do
think
it again
twice before you run up in the Capitol again. You're like, oh no, you run up in the Capitol, they shoot you.
Yeah, they're gonna murk you. So he's been marching with the Proud Boys. He's been a proud Trump supporter, and I do support Trump getting back into office as president because it will make my 4 years. I don't care about the country or the other people.
You're an anarchist.
You know what I mean? I really just I want to laugh every day for 4 years, a guaranteed laugh, and that's what he'll do for me. But that's what he get. 22 years. And I think he got the most. He's the first person that got time or second person that got time, but he got the most.
It's a couple. No, one boy. No, the one boy got 18 years.
Yeah, he got the most time. And he wasn't even there. He was in DC or Maryland, but they're saying that
he probably orchestrated
it. Excuse me, had like a manifesto, I guess. Boy.
That's what you get for being so organized.
Boy. He has a Spanish last name, but he probably stop. I did that.
Oh, you talking about Enrique
Iglesias. No, it's not him. I like.
What was that?
It was somebody screaming out there like, they be tripping.
Yeah, somebody breaking glass on purpose.
It was one lady that was out there.
That's on purpose.
That's on purpose.
Yeah, somebody is smashing bottles outside.
Yeah, but earlier she was like,
you know,
that was like Aries.
They used to do stuff like that behind my friend Chris' house. You turn off the lights, open the windows, and shoot them with BB guns.
That's fun.
Yeah, never. Hey, stop! It was that guy out behind his house taking a dump one night. And he was stuck out. He was stuck out there with his pants.
He couldn't get it up because he was still pooping.
Cut it out!
Y'all messed up. My friend cousin, I guess neighbor friend cousin, John. He used to be outside his window and shooting BB guns when he walked past.
Oh, you was in North Philly. I didn't know if you was gonna say BB gun. You just stay in the house and shoot random people.
No, we don't just shoot random people. We shoot the people that it happens to be random people, but we mean to shoot the right people. And we, as I exclude myself, but we try to do it. We do our best. These darn Mount Airy Germantown people think they better than people from North Philly, but North Philly is where everybody come from. It's the root. It's like the Africa. It's like the Africa of Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia.
Of Pennsylvania for black people. There ain't no black people nowhere else. And if there is, they scared
there's a
every
couple
night.
There's a couple of Pittsburgh and Harrisburg.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh and Harrisburg.
And that's it.
But what else we talking about? It's so hot.
Oh, it is. Like y'all don't see, but the back of my shirt is stuck to me. It's so nasty.
Hot. Like I'm not really. It made me feel like I was sick the other day when I had to go to rehearsal. I was sick, and I was just like, let me just do my job. But that's a good feeling because I didn't want to think about nothing. I was like, let me just do my job, get in, get out, and I said all my lines. The opening night, I messed up one of my lines. I glitched, and I just was like, let's play like a glitch. I was like, and
okay, I'm gonna start calling you Mitch. She up there Mitching out.
But it's been hot, and this heat can make you feel like drained, and like I don't even sweat like this. I be drenched.
And that takes your energy. That like when you get dehydrated, and that
because
pulls
the
all
water,
the energy
this is
out
water
your body.
that it was in your body that's coming out.
You just be like, I want to drink water and go to sleep.
But then it just comes right back out. You're just really, really dehydrated. So
you need electrolytes. Rondo
has electrolytes. We did not review that movie, did we? We used to do a movie review thing. If you look at my
on the page
somewhere, that page you'll see B to Z, no A's allowed. Um, Idiocracy. Everybody watched that.
Yeah.
We're past Idiocracy.
Yeah, I think we actually live so close to that right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think we went past it. We already had a wrestler president, Trump. People are eating and drinking anything they want. Without caring what's in their bodies.
Monsanto has destroyed every farm.
Monsanto is destroying everything. People are eating like, hey, I'm a vegan now. I'm eating burgers that was made in a lab that has fake blood that comes from it.
Did you see the lady talking about vegan chicken because the chicken eats grass, so the chicken's vegan?
Oh, people slow. And now we don't have no education going bad in the South. It's been bad.
It's bad everywhere. It's just bad. We need to be invaded and taken over.
Yeah, bring the Asians because listen, they really strict on education. Hey.
But no, see, we'll be a third world country if somebody else takes us over. They're not gonna give us education.
What is going on? Scoot over or something.
It's too hot to get any closer.
All right, well, don't get close to me then.
I feel your whole aura is like.
My aura is warm and welcoming.
Not in this heat.
My aura to keep punching you back. That's what it is. Let's talk about this story. A woman gets hit in the face. Don't you do it. I messed this up that one time.
All right.
And you are not going to mess this up this time because we're going to be great people. You want to be great? I'm going to be great tonight. A woman gets hit in the face with a brick.
See, that's you. That's not me. By a man.
Lord.
After she rejects his advances and asking for her phone number.
It is not funny if that is the situation.
That from what I understand, that was the situation.
Did you see her face?
Yes.
Now, usually when you get hit with a brick.
Oh, the whole video's on the internet of her actually getting hit with the brick.
Oh, she did get hit with a brick. Why ain't break no skin? He was a nut. No, I'm not saying he should have hit. I'm not saying he should have threw it harder. Or he threw it softer. Or maybe he threw it hard enough where it didn't scrape the face. I don't know. It's the trajectory, because science is science. So it shows the fact that she was talking greasy to him and then twerking in front of him and stuff like that.
That's what some of the people there said. Like she didn't just say, no, you can't have my phone number and then get hit in the head with a brick. Which would have been awful. And like, you don't hit people in the head with a brick.
You don't hit people. First of all, men.
Nobody.
Women are weaker than you physically. Don't, unless a woman is beating on you and you need to get her off of you, you still don't need a brick. You got your foot, you got your knee, you got your finger, you got your fist. It's hard enough.
Just restrain her.
Push her away or knock her out once. It's okay to knock some women. You have to don't. Sometimes you have to hit a woman. Not. Let me stop there.
Nope, I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying that.
There are some women in this world who like to fight men.
Agreed.
There are some women in this world who won't stop. And sometimes you may need to knock them out just with a nice clean knockout to make them sit down and realize you can't keep doing what you're doing.
All right, I got a story along those lines.
Go ahead.
I had a neighbor who used to live across the street from me. She lived with her mom. She was about 19.
Is that your toes? Yep, that's his toes touching my feet. I don't like toes. It's weird. And toes are weird. Why are they so little?
We'll just call her Jill for the story's sake. Mm-hmm. So I get home from work. It was a Sunday morning. I remember exactly what it was because I get home from work early in the morning Sunday. So I'm sitting on my porch smoking and heard her boyfriend or her date or whoever it was pull up.
I did you say gator? Like,
and they arguing in the car. And they get out and keep arguing. And I'm like, should I do something about this? I'm like, it's really ain't none of my business. And I know she's volatile. Like, she starts stuff. So she probably started this. But I'm like, I still don't want to see my neighbor get beat up by a man. Yeah, you don't want nobody get
pulverized.
Yeah, and I'm like, but on the same note, like, I know in her house, she's got 2 older brothers and a younger brother. Like,
well, did she beat that boy, man up?
And so they was arguing. They was going back and forth. he cocked back and hit her so hard that her neck snapped back.
Oh no!
But she turned back like said, "Nigga,
see, it's some women. Those. Yeah, some women who are like that, and those women you have to shoot, but don't shoot.
And then he like jumped back so she couldn't hit him, but she didn't hit him. She ran in the house and got a baseball bat, and came back out and chased him around his car with a baseball bat, and broke every window and along the way.
I said, no, his car got messed up.
So then he hopped in the car and pulled off. I said, no, guess I find to mind my business.
I know women who fight men.
Yeah.
I know women who enjoy fighting men. I know women who injure men. I know women who, it's kind of bad. It's kind of scary. And these men tend not to fight back. When I think a good 2-piece, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2 might work. Or just, I don't know, but you shouldn't be you can't mistreat people. You can't put your hands on people. Men, you can't hit women. You're stronger.
People should not hit people.
People should not hit people, but you're stronger. You're so much stronger. Even, for the most part, you are. If you can't walk away, if you need to restrain, do your best to restrain a person. And 1 hit is okay.
No, it's not.
Depending on the circumstance.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay. The other thing is, I have gone out with women where we've gone out and a guy will say, hey, can I buy you a drink? And they will respond like, why are you talking to me? You can't talk to me, whatever. And I'm like, whoa, slow down, sis. He just said, can he buy you a drink? Why are you being so nasty and mean? Or a man will say, hi, can I talk to you? Why are you talking to me? Why? It's like, hey, he's a person. Why are you talking to this person so nastily? And for me, I have, and knock on wood, I got some. You never know wood is real wood or not.
Nothing
nowadays.
Anymore.
That was about to say something real nasty.
Don't.
I was about to say. But anyway.
YouTube is for the children.
I have not had an experience with a man if he approached me and said, hey, can I speak? Can I talk to you? And I said, no, you can't talk to me, or rejected him. Where he said, all right, then you a bitch, or you this, or whatever. They're people. If someone would approach you and you don't like them, you say, oh, no, thank you. Well, my thing, this is why I say, no, thank you, but my name is Naya and yours is. Now we know each other, so next time say hello. Or like what? To go to the extreme to be nasty to someone who's trying to speak to you, trying to say hello, trying to talk to you in an intimate way, but
somebody who's obviously attracted
to you, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
And to you can say no, thank you, or no, I'm good, or you have a great day. But to be so nasty and mean, I have been around women who do that, and I'm like, if I was a man, I would mush the shit out of you. Who the F do you think you are, that you think you better than me, that you could say some stuff like that to me? Mush. Stop being so damn mean. And men, stop putting your hand. You can't put your hands on women. I know y'all got cousins, unless your cousin whooped the warm days. I'm a cousin. If one of my cousins need me, and I know I'm 40, I have to stretch a little bit, do my yoga, do my qigong and my tai chi and stuff like that, and then I'm going to warm something for my cousin. But you can't. What are your thoughts?
Are we talking about just the guy hitting her with the brick?
Oh, we didn't get to that. We just talking about
or all the guys standing around who did nothing about it.
Okay, so my thing is, in that situation with the lady with the brick, it's wrong for the man to hit somebody. It's wrong for anybody to hit somebody with a brick. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes you got to pick up bricks to win a fight.
That's not a fight.
I'm just saying, man, if I'm a woman and I'm fighting a dude, he got an advantage, and I got to hit him with a brick. So, but in those circumstances, those are different circumstances.
Yeah.
But Men don't hit no woman with a brick. Hit her with your fist, but you shouldn't hit her with your fist. You shouldn't hit them at all. Not all circumstances. If there are other men around, they should have been like, "Yo, dude, just walk away. Just walk away." But I know women. I know women personally who mouths keep going and keep going, and not just their mouths, their hands, and they're not gonna let you go. They want to scratch you up. They want to punch you. They want to say everything. And women are stronger than men in the way that we can say things that will damage a man for the rest of his life. He can beat you up. You will heal from it. He will be damaged for the rest of his life, and he will damage other people. We will have like a ripple effect. We're that strong. That's like, okay, they can have the physical part, but the mental thing that we have, mental and spiritual thing we have, can damage somebody and ruin lineages. So know that. So to have someone saying certain things and just keep going. And also, men don't argue. Men fight. That's a woman's thing. That women will go back and forth. A man is not going to keep going back and forth with another man. It's going to be like, hey, let's fight. Even if he hit the other man with a brick, which is wrong, you should use your fist. But they're going to fight. So the idea of going back and forth with a woman, the men in my family and the men I grew up with do not go back and forth with a woman. They'll slap the shit out.
I was just
the majority of them, not the majority. Some of them may slap the shit out of a woman if it's deserving. But it's never deserving because they're really kind men. I'm going to put that out there in the men. But they don't argue with women. They mainly walk away. I heard, from what I heard, this woman was being nasty at his approach. She did some twerking stuff like how you ugly or whatever, and you can't speak to me and all the kind of stuff like that. I'm not allegedly, I don't know the whole scope of it. And then he hit it with a brick. It's not funny, but you started laughing.
Because you say it so matter of fact. Then he hit her with a brick.
I just don't want you to be.
She said a couple mean. He asked for a number. She said a couple mean things. Then he hit her with a brick.
I didn't want you to be by yourself with the laughter, so I laughed with you.
I'm not laughing at the situation, just the way it was laid out.
See, okay, and I was laughing at you, laughing at the way that it was laid out, not the situation. So, why do you keep getting out of frame? So the other argument is the men that was around. I would say they should have said, "Man, just go ahead. She crazy. Just go ahead, bro. Just go ahead." When you paired the brick, it's not too much you can say because I don't know how soon or fast he was holding the brick. Because men, the difference between men and women, a woman will hold the brick like B, say one more thing with that. A man gonna pick up the brick and just throw the brick. It's a difference, and women and men need to know that we think very differently.
Yeah, once I've committed myself to violence, it's then and there.
You got to do it.
I'm not warning you about it no more. Yeah.
That's why I always think I'm a little boy. I'm a grown woman with a little boy inside. No. Oh, no.
That's why I keep getting out of frame.
Strike on.
I don't want nobody to be like, I see you on the internet sitting with that little boy. Oh no, little boy, get off me, little boy.
But no, because when I make up my mind for something, it's like I made up my mind. Even if somebody gives me the alternative, it's like I have to do it now because I can't lie to myself. They should have. I don't know how long the fast time it was for the brick to hit
and that's my whole thing. Like after she's hit with the brick, what do you expect him to do? It's not like he kept beating. It's not like
he left, and that's the coward thing. If you keep beating on a woman, that's cowardice. He hit her with a brick and left.
I think that's cowardice too. Sorry.
Well, what was he supposed to do? Stay there? He know he gonna get locked up.
No, you just leave. You don't hit her with the brick. While she talking, you just walk away.
You're right. I was just saying, if you hit her with the brick already, you don't stay there. You leave because that's just bad. That's just bad. That's dumb if you stay. I'm gonna wait here and argue with you some more. I hit you with a brick. You're supposed to be knocked out. I'm just saying. That's saying she's supposed to get hit with a brick. And then the men that was standing around. One thing I will say, I'm from North Philly. I don't know the type of men. It's men that they don't allow certain things to happen. They say stuff. I haven't been in my hood that long ago. That's wrong English. It's been a while since I've been in my hood. There we go. I be speaking different languages sometimes, and I can't get back to this one. Um, but for the most part, they're helpful men. If they know you from the neighborhood, 9 times out of 10 they know your family, and it's just that community thing. Um, you said they were Somali,
I believe she was, and most of the men that were
so
out
they
there
were
were
probably
too.
at a Somali club. Uh, I I don't know. Don't ever hit people with bricks, but also women, stop being so effing nasty to people. It's very uncomfortable for me, which is the most important thing. But the other thing is, it's just their people. If you are a woman, women go out there and go talk to. Well, it wouldn't work that way because men are just horny. I was gonna say just pick a man and say you want to talk to him. But if you got rejected, if you had the same amount of rejection that men normally have, you wouldn't be able to take it. You'll be mean. You'll be grapey. You'll be grapey. Like we don't experience the same amount of rejection. Men can be nice and come to you in a nice way and get a nasty response from you. Men can be nasty and come to you and get a nasty response from you. It's like, what do you? It's confusing for them. For one, they're like very simple creatures, which are not a negative. So they don't know what to do in those situations. And now, like, come on. So I don't know. And they're saying stuff about her YouTube or TikTok where she talk about men don't protect women and how black men ain't nothing.
And that's what she was saying before all of this.
Before all of this.
And on her TikTok, one of her TikToks, she was saying black women are the providers, they're the protectors. Black men don't protect nothing. They don't. So all I'm saying is it just seems like a little bit of karma. That's all. Because now, like, it'd have been one thing if she got hit with the brick. Understood? Yeah, I talk shit. Consequences on my actions.
I do want to chuckle when you say that. I do want to chuckle.
But like, and then she got back up and like, damn, those consequences of my actions. I said I went too far. I said too much.
But because, still no hitting people with bricks.
Exactly. But you also can never dictate how somebody else is going to respond to what you do.
And have cousins. If you're going to do something like that, have cousins. Don't be putting your cousins in situations that they shouldn't be in either. Just know that if you're in the right, then you call your cousins. If you're in the wrong, or if you start agitating the situation, don't call your cousins. But have cousins and uncles and community.
But I'm saying, if she believed black women are the protectors and the providers.
Well, where was the black women?
Hold on. Why the hell was she mad at the men who didn't do nothing? You shouldn't have been expecting them to do nothing. You say they wouldn't do nothing, and all they did was prove you right. So, like, if anything, you should be like, yeah, I told y'all they don't do nothing but hit you with bricks.
My face is messed up.
It is. But, like, also, I think that's a little bit of, I only think it's karma because she's coming at, how can y'all call yourself men and not help me? You said that men don't do that.
But also, you can't mistreat people.
You said that you're the protector and provider.
Yeah.
Protect.
I'm not.
Provide.
I'm not. I want everybody to know this. I'm not the protector and provider. I'm a woman. I do everything else. So much we do. Everything else. So that whole everybody, like women saying they don't have anybody protected them. And I think we talked about this before when Ali Sadiq was talking about how much, I told you, you said how many people protect black women. When you look at it, I have a plethora of men that protect me. If I send a bat signal up, it's a plethora. And if you sit and think about it, but you have to also, I have to remember that I'm fortunate in a certain way where I have a father. I come from a family of men who either they stay married, or if they're not married, they still stay in a situation where the mom and the dad and the new wife and the new husband, everybody good. We have Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays together. And the men were raised to be able to take care of us. There are a lot of women, there are a lot of men and women and boys and girls who are growing up in just a female household where, because I was listening to someone say they don't mind if a man doesn't open the door for them. And in my mind, I love when a man opens doors because I have a father. My dad opened doors. Like my dad did so much, but it's not much. It's just what you do. And I gotta plug this thing in. But the other thing is my cousins. They won't allow me to do certain things. I can't open it. It's almost like a disrespectful thing when if I try to do something. So that's how I was raised. And the woman was saying that those things don't matter to me as long as you're kind and this. And I'm like, yes, all that comes with it. They have a job to do as well, and it goes beyond just the job of that. It's like, hey, I have someone. The idea of someone opening a door for you and making sure someone who is leading me to do whatever I need to do. It's like so much more meaning to it in my mind. So a lot of there is a whole population of women and boys who've grown up without having a male figure in their life to show them what that looks like. So they tend to have that. And then I'll say this for women. Women tend to still have their mindset of, which they should. I'm a queen. I'm deserving of these things. I'm deserving of things, but they don't know the other things that they need to do and not response. Is that response?
Not even a response, just the way they need to be
to
deserve that stuff.
To get that, like, in congruency with that. Like, if you don't, to be in balance with that other stuff. If you do this, then this stuff happens. If you do this, then this stuff happens. But they want this stuff to happen, but they're not going to do their part because they never saw that. They just have this fairy tale image of this is what I need. But when you grow up with that knowing of this is what you are going to get or what you expect, it's a little different. So I don't know. She just was wilding in from what I understood. And just even with that, you get hit in the side of your face with a brick. Knock on wood. Man, so, I mean, I'm not going to be on no live. I'm going to be calling one of my cousins. I'm calling up the squad. Like, yo, I saw his license plate. Mm-hmm. Get somebody to run that. You running that. I mean, like, to be on live, like, look what somebody did, and they didn't even pay attention. First of all, my face hurts. A brick hurt. I got hit in the head by my friend Matthew Lassus. He was my first best friend in J2. He hit me in the back of my head with a rock. Boys be just so mean. He hit me in the back of the head with a rock. That rock hurt. I had a knot on the back of my head from that, and that hurt. So imagine a brick. I'm gonna be delirious. But to be like, oh, well, see, I thought she was orchestrating something. Don't put that back in there, fan. I put my finger in there. It was like, so I was like, oh, that was wrong. I thought she was orchestrating it because I didn't see any abrasion from the brick. Because usually you'll have a little rug burn or something. And her skin was so beautiful, you would have to see some kind of different.
Just a quick.
So, maybe he did it like that and was perfect. He didn't throw it at her. So I was like, maybe it's because her narrative is black men don't help. She did that in order to say, oh, see what happened, black men don't help. But you said it was a video that you saw her get hit with a brick.
They said it's, that saw it on Twitter.
Be more kinder to each other. People are people, and people have feelings. So if you don't want to talk to somebody, first of all, it's the courage to come up and talk to someone. Woman, I guess it's different with women. Women can just go up to a man like, hey, what that thing do? And they be like, oh, because men are a little dumb. Not dumb in a dumb way, but dumb in like another dumb way. But so you can't, it's a hard thing for a woman to be able to, for me to explain for a woman to do. Be a woman who makes less than $45,000 a year, and go around men who make they still don't make anything, because if you dress a certain way, it don't matter.
Care what you men don't care.
It's just hard to talk to people, and then you get rejected. And then if you get the rejection part of someone just saying no thank you, is like you have probably a little letdown, right? I don't know. I'm not a dude. Ever been rejected by a guy? I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
It gets easier as time goes on. And then it gets to the point where you expect it, and it's almost to the point where when you're not rejected, you're like, oh.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, that's because you learn to shoot your shot at more stuff after that. Like, oh, if everybody, all right. If 5 girls said no, I'm going to have to ask 20.
Oh, see, women, we don't have to ask anybody. We're just waiting for them to pounce on us like that.
Which is why we sit there and we'll study and try to look for insecurities and things like
we
that.
We were just talking about that insecurity thing.
And that's why the prayer on them is like, I get turned down so much. Let me see how to approach this. I will.
Women, stop letting them see your insecurities. Because if I was a man, I'd be seeing a lot of insecurities. I'm like, man.
Ooh. And that's what you tell her is her best attribute.
Oh, I would have this game on. Oh, man. If I was like my ancestor, I'd be a madam of the madam.
She got big buck teeth. You were like, oh my God, just smile.
And then she just started cheesing and stuff and smiling. It's really easy because I see it. I peep it and see it like, oh, man. Oh, can't catch them all night. Can't catch them all. But I don't do things like that.
Pokemon.
It's just in my brain. It's just like the opportunities. I see ways to the game, and it's like, oh, it's so easy because people just tell on themselves. They tell their insecurities as soon as you meet them, how their body language is, what they say, how they hold their head. Like you be like, wow, I could say this and I could own you.
And see, that's what happens as a guy when you get discouraged from the rejection, you portray that. And they see that sadness coming up, and they're like, "Oh, get away from me, sad dude."
Oh, like after you're broken up or have a heartache, and then
or you just keep getting rejected.
Oh.
You can slide into that.
But would that rejection make you want to hit somebody with a brick? It would make me want to hit somebody with a brick. But I'm not saying it's
but
right.
Also, if we're in the crowd and like you didn't just reject me, but you
humiliating me, I'm gonna humiliate you with a brick. I wouldn't do that because I don't hit people. No, I don't hit people, and I wouldn't hit anybody with a brick. I wouldn't hit anybody with a brick. I wouldn't hit anybody with a brick. I don't think so. But yeah, you do all of that, and men are very sensitive. And not saying you have to. Yes, I'm saying it because we need to. Everybody want us to be sensitive to women's feelings, or want to change, want men to be able to be in touch with their femininity. Freak that. Let them be men. But you won't accept the fact that they are sensitive souls, and some things you just can't say, and some things you can't just do, and or to them in order for them to just be okay with it. So it has to be both ways. If you want men to be more in touch with their spiritual or their sensitive side or whatever, which I think is stupid, I think they should be able to be who they are. I think they should feel free and safe to be able to be who they are. But as far as them being more woman-like, I think it's stupid. You should be able to accept that you can't say certain hurtful things to men and expect them to be okay with it. Because their little hearts won't beat right. And then they'll be terrible to the world because they'll be like warlike people or something. But yeah, it got to go both ways. So hopefully the guy who hit her with a brick, he's going to have his karma, whatever it is. I think she got her karma. Ladies, be more conscious. People, be conscious of how you talk to other people. First of all, you don't know what day people had. You don't know their mental health. You don't know. That could have been the 50th person that rejected him. And if she would have said, no, thank you, he would have been like, oh. But then she wanted to berate him. And he said, you know what? F these bees. He said, ah! If it was a frying pan, he would have hit it with a frying pan. But, be kinder. And know that men, we got to give for them too. We can't keep asking them to keep giving and giving and giving and be more like how we want it to be accepted. They're their own people and we're our own people. And we should not think the same. We should not move the same. We should not act the same. If they got a role, we have a role. Let's play it because it's going to make a real terrible imbalance. And then you gonna have some men that's hitting people with bricks because he can't get himself, he can't respond or express himself in the way that he needs to express himself. And he probably said, I can't hit a woman, but a brick can.
That's not better. That don't make it better.
No,
I never touched her.
I ain't touching the brick dude. But yeah, come on. It's very uncomfortable going out and hearing women act like they better than someone. You don't know who this person is. You don't know their spirit. You don't know their soul. You just automatically judging them off their appearance or whatever you think their appearance is. And you would give somebody like those Lamborghini shows where the guy want to talk to the girl with a McDonald's outfit on, but he has a Lamborghini, and then they come back and talk to them. They can be rapists. That's
they don't care. They don't care if they can get a check because it's not going to be great. If you give me what I asked for, that's why I came. Because I'm chasing the gold and I'm selling whatever you buy.
Why has money been the idea of success? And that's so sad that success is gauged upon how much money you have.
Why two people? Because they don't gauge off talent, experience,
your heart, your spirit, your kindness.
They gauge off how much money you can make.
Who you are as a person, are you trustworthy? Are you loyal? Like those are very successful things. And to be somebody like when you die or you go on or your great grandkids will be like, well, nobody ever had a bad thing to say about my great grandmother. Or they said she always was a straight up person, or she never lied, or she was very trustworthy, or she always was helpful, or she was this. You would rather somebody say they had a bunch of money. But they was this type of person, they was this type, but they had a bunch of money.
But that was the whole point of like Rockefellers and shit buying museums and putting their names on shit, so you wouldn't know where the money really came from. They were. Yeah, exactly. And you don't look into it. You just say, "Oh, they built this. Oh, they built that."
Yeah, those things.
So like that's why I'm wary of any big rich person's name on the building. What you hide?
Or behind anything.
Yeah, what you hide? You put your name on the building. What you hide?
Because when you look at that and you trust people just because they have money instead of trusting people because of their morals or their heart,
you end up with America how it is today.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because I don't get it. Like I don't get it. Like everybody is rooting they're striving for something that is an illusion. Money is an illusion. It's backed by something that definitely is not backed by anything right now, especially American.
Not even gold. Yeah.
Like dollars. Yeah. So it's
backed by American labor, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's a fictitious idea that we're playing around with, that you have made your ultimate goal is to be that, a fictitious idea, instead of being a person who you can be a stand-up person. And that's why the metaverse is a thing. Yeah. You can make up who you want to be.
It went from video games as an escape to whole places you never have to come back from.
Yeah. And you get to be whatever nastiness that you are here out there.
Yeah. But around other people without the consequences.
Wow. People start looking at success like what is success to you? Minus anything physical. Like what can you take with you? Like when you die and your spirit go away, what do you go away with? You can't take anything physical with you. Or maybe you can. Maybe you can pack a little bag. I don't know. You can have a carry-on. But what is it in this life that you'll take that you grew, and that if you believe in reincarnation, that you can take into the next life and start off with? Because you're not going to take your gold. You're not going to take your money. You're not going to take your bank account. So when you are born in the next life, if you believe in that, you're not starting off with the same bank account that you left off with. You're starting off fresh with whatever you left off with. So if you're leaving off with nothing but physical things, like what is your worth? And if you don't believe in reincarnation, you still can't take nothing with you. Who is this person that's going to walk through those pearly gates, if that's what you believe? What did you gain in this life? That can you go back into your life and look into yourself in the mirror and say, I did good. I don't have anything to regret. I don't have anything that I need to say sorry about. I don't need, because I did this to gain this kind of thing that was my success that I can't take with me. Yeah, start looking at that, people. And if success is having whatever amount of money or balling out in this lifetime, but going to bed feeling yucky about your choices, because you can't tell me you don't feel yucky about some choices because stuff sit with you. Do that, but maybe start looking at some other stuff to make you feel successful. We out of here. I think we went too long. Man. Appreciate you watching. Those who are rewatch,
show.
Watch
you go
later.
long as you want. Ain't no producer saying.
Damn Skippy. I remember as a kid I used to say, darn Skippy. I don't know where it came from. Dang. I don't know if it was a rap or something, but yeah, I can say
that. Skippy with it. You down with OPP?
No, it was further
I know
back from there then.
I know. I've been saying it since I was a little kid.
Yeah,
too.
darn Skippy.
I just pretty sure it was just slang.
Maybe
from the 80s.
From somebody with a banjo. All right, everybody have a wonderful Friday, wonderful weekend. Be safe. Have a wonderful week. We out of here in this heat. Be safe. Hey.